Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Wanda Lee. Thank you for joining me today. If you are returning, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to assemble this outdoor sectional. This is by Better Homes and Gardens. It's the Brookberry 5-piece wicker outdoor sectional. It is actually made to be a dining area, so I am going to be showing you the entire setup inside of my house with the dining table with these two stools the way they have it advertised on the website. But I'm also going to share with you how I am going to use it. So I looked at a lot of the reviews for this sectional, and a lot of people were complaining about how hard it was to put together. To be honest, I did it on my own. It was not hard at all. It took me about 2.5 to 3 hours. That was by myself. And what's really great about this sectional is that it's not heavyweight because it is wicker. I'm pretty much able to carry and pick up a lot of pretty much all the pieces on my own without having to strain myself. So if you have the Brookberry Better Homes and Gardens 5-piece wicker sectional dining set and you want to be able to put it together quickly without getting frustrated or throwing tools around, then keep on watching. So the first thing that's really great about this sectional is that it has room for quite a lot of people. So there's room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on the sectional itself, and then you have these two stools right here, which makes room for 2 more people. So that's a total of 8 people that can gather around at this sectional. I'm going to bring you guys closer and show you the setup the way they have it on the website. That's if you want to use it as a dining area. I'm not going to be using it as a dining area. I'm going to be using it as a conversation area because on the other end of my deck, I'm going to have a separate dining space. So this is how it's advertised, and I did my best to assemble it in my living room this way. So if you're using it as a dining area, this is what it would look like. You'd have the L sectional going along this way. You'd have the dining table right here. And then you'd have the 2 stools at the other end. So it's a really nice setup. You can also put a umbrella right in the center if you'd like. Again, I'm not going to be using it this way. I'm going to show you the way I'm going to be using it as a conversation piece only. And I'm just going to switch out the dining table for a coffee table. And something else that's really great about this, I love Better Homes and Gardens. I love their products in general, but as you can see, it is, the fabric is fade resistant, which is great when it's sitting in the sun. It's stain repellent. It's also water repellent. So you don't really have to worry about covering these when you are using it outdoors. Now, me being me, I'm gonna cover it just because that's just how I am. I just love to take extra care of my things, and it just, I don't know, something about allowing it to get wet and sit there, it just skeeves me. So I'll be covering mine, but you definitely don't have to cover it. Okay, so this is how I'm gonna be setting up on my deck. I'm gonna have the L sectional. I'm gonna put the stools on this side, and that's my outdoor coffee table for the center. It's really cute. It's black. I got it at Home Goods. It has like a wicker color. I'm gonna also add some black and white pillows and some extra decor. But yeah, so this is how I'm gonna situate it. I just like it because it's kind of like, you know, you're in an outdoor living room. Everyone can sit down together and have a nice conversation without having the table in the way. Then on the deck, I'm gonna be having the table off to the side like this. This is gonna be where the food is, and it's gonna be right next to the grill. So like where that grill is, the grill will be right next to this, and this will serve as a serving table. And at the other end of my deck, I'll have a dining table, which I don't have yet. But again, when I do purchase it, I will gladly make another video showing you how I put that together. This is a really good quality set, you guys. I'm gonna just go a little bit closer, that way you can see. Something else that I really like about having these two little ottoman stools is that if someone is sitting here and let's say there isn't any people sitting in these, you can kind of just push it together, you know, rest your feet, put your feet up and relax. That section over there, I already was sitting there. It's super comfortable. Like I was laying here playing on my iPad. So it's definitely a really comfortable outdoor sectional. And what's strange is that it's bigger than my actual couch in my house, which is kind of interesting, but it's really nice to have an outdoor space that you can just relax in, read a book, take a nap, you know, do whatever you please. And of course, it is dog approved. Right, Foxy? Yeah, my dogs love this sectional. So another really great thing about this sectional is that it comes with not one, but two covers, you guys. One cover is for the table and the other cover is for the actual sectional. So this one's for the sectional, it's a lot bigger, and this one's for the table. It's a really nice taupe color. I'm gonna show you guys. So like when it's winter time or like fall and you're stacking your sectional to put it away for the season, you already have this. It's a really thick material, waterproof, and it's a nice color. Then it has these little pull strings right here. But I thought it was really great that it comes with two so that you can cover your deck. So this is kind of how I'm gonna set mine up. I like the black and white look. Minus the carpet. I really like the carpet, you guys, but because I'm gonna be staining my deck and I love the look of natural wood, I didn't want to put a carpet down and have to worry about constantly cleaning it and drying it so that there's no mold or mildew. It was just too much of upkeep for me. So I am going to do it carpetless, but this looks really cute with black and white. If you're wondering about this coffee table, yes, it has like a type of wicker fabric, but underneath there are metal bars. So as you can see, you can still set drinks on it. It's nice and sturdy. And then I'm probably going to place a little plant right in the center. But yes, it is sturdy. You can place the drinks on this coffee table. And I got it at Home Goods. I also wanted to mention something that I am going to do, because I do notice if I kind of shift my body around, the cushions do tend to move. I'm going to pick up some Velcro at Target or Walmart, and I'm going to go ahead and do like a Velcro strip behind each pillow and behind each cushion. That way it doesn't kind of shift around if you're lying down or sitting on the sectional. All right, here we go. I brought everything in from the foyer. There goes the table over there. I don't know what that is. One of the seats, all the cushions, all these pieces. So the first thing you definitely want to do is remove all the bolts and all the tools from here, and I put them in Glad bags and I marked them. This one is M6 by 85 millimeter. All my washers, all my lock nuts, all my M6 by 15 millimeter bolts, and all my M6 50 millimeter bolts. So that's going to make it a lot easier once you start working to not lose anything. All right, so I'm going to start with the ottoman because it's the easiest, quickest, and I haven't stained my deck yet, so I'm just going to do small pieces. I know I need the G, which is the actual ottoman piece right here. So I have my G piece, I have my N piece, which is a cushion, I have my J's, which are the foots, and then it says you need a double C, but the bolts are not labeled double C, but I did figure out that the double C is the M6 85 millimeter bolts. So these are the double C's, and they're the really long ones. So I need 4 of those, 1 for each foot. And then I'm gonna use my ratchet tool. So I'm just gonna label this double C so that I don't get confused. I get a Sharpie. So I labeled the really large bolts double C, and as I continue, I'm sure it'll give me a alphabet number for the 50 millimeters and an alphabet number for the 15, but I'm gonna wait till I actually get to that step. So I'm gonna go ahead now, and I'm just gonna leave the sticker on because it's gonna go upside down. with the little protruding piece facing to the outward corner. Then your double C goes inside, and take the lock wrench, the ratchet tool, and just turn. I'm so glad it came with this piece, although I do have these things. There we go. When it starts clicking, you know it's getting tighter. There we go, it's done. Wow, that was quick. Okay, so I'm pretty much just gonna repeat that step on all four corners, and I'm gonna make sure that the little protruding part is facing outward, not inward, okay? I just learned something new, you guys. When I'm using the ratchet, I had it like this, so when I was turning it, it was for the most part, I had it like, whoa. So when I used it the first time, I had it click to this side. So when I was turning it, it worked. But then as it got tighter, it started to make this noise. And when I pulled it out, it was still kind of loose. So what you want to do is you want to click it closed, and then if you do it, it's not going to make that sound, but it's going to really tighten each foot. So now it's actually nice and sturdy. Okay, so all four legs are on. They're nice and sturdy. And now I'm just gonna take the N, which is the cushion, of the bag. And everything's labeled nicely. I'm gonna make sure that's the bottom, and it has these pieces right here. And pretty much they just, you're gonna pull them down and attach them to this little twisty thing right here in the corner. All right, and there you have it. So the cushion's held down by this strappy piece right here, and you just wrap it around this part. It's slightly stretchy, not too much, but it's great because you can just always take it off and wash it. And you know that if the wind blows, your cushions are going nowhere. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing for the second stool. And then we'll continue. You guys, I thought I was going to jail when I tore this off, but then I realized it can be removed by the consumer. So yay, I'm not going to jail. I'm wondering if you go around ripping these off, if you'll really go to jail. All right, so the next one I'm gonna do, because it's the easiest, is the table. So I have the table top, which is H right there. And then I have the two legs. And for those, the small screw, the M6 15 millimeter, is the double A. So I need those, the double A, and I need double D, which is the washers. So I label them double A and double D. Sounds like a bra size to me. All right, so here we go. I'm going to flip over the bottom of my table, which is H, and then I'm gonna attach one leg at a time. What I really like about these wicker sets is that you can do this on your own. I'm doing this on my own, and they're not heavy. Because of the wicker, they're nice and light. So it's definitely doable if one person is putting it together. So this is the table top. This is probably the heaviest piece. And I just realized this right now, but the other side is black, which I love because I'm gonna be having black accents. And it also has a hole if you wanna put an umbrella inside of it. It doesn't come with an umbrella, but it gives you that option. So I'm gonna go ahead and lie this down so that I can install each of the legs. So I'm just gonna line up the first leg with the holes in it. So as you can see, it has the two brackets and it has the two little holes. Just gonna line it up like so, and I'm just gonna leave it there sitting. It actually holds up by itself. That way I can go get the screws and start attaching it. So for each leg, you need a double A, which is the smallest screw, and you need a washer, which is the double D. For each leg, you need 4 of them, and what I did was I already put the washer in. That way it's easier for me to work. I'm gonna go ahead and grab those since I need 4 for just one leg at a time. And then my ratchet tool. And these are gonna be installed, it's really helpful the way they designed this. These are gonna be installed at the side over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to turn it without dropping it. There we go. All right, I see. Oh, so they're gonna be installed from the inside, you guys. I thought I was gonna install it from this side. I'm actually gonna have to lift up the piece a little bit and it's gonna go in here. Luckily, it's nice and light, so it's definitely gonna be doable. All right, so I'm gonna move this in so you guys can see. Hopefully I can do this. All right. So I have my screw and my washer. I'm gonna go ahead and stick it in. Wow, this is really light actually. Go ahead and stick it in. And I'm just gonna okay. So what helps is if you screw in the first one with your hand and leave it kind of loose until you get all the other ones situated, then it'll just be easier to go in with the socket wrench, whatever this thing is called. So the table is done. It looks fabulous. It's nice and sturdy. It's not wobbly. And yeah, so now I'm gonna try. The only thing I have left is this is one of the parts of the L-shaped sectional. I need the other L piece, which is that piece over there and this piece here. So let's see, I'm gonna figure it out. All right, so next I'm gonna do the left armchair. So I need this piece A and this piece C. I have it right here. This tall piece is A, that piece is C. Then I needed J, and then the 4 of the double C bolts. I need 4, there's 5 there. And now I'm just gonna follow these simple steps, which is right now, it's just attaching the foot, which is J, to C, and then attaching 1 to A. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. And you already know how I did that because I did it for the stools earlier. So now that I attached the foot to piece A, I'm gonna remove the sticker, and I attached the 2 feet to piece C. Now I'm gonna attach piece B, this tall piece right here, which is gonna turn that part into the other piece of the sectional. So I already looked at the picture. I love my pictures. I have all the pieces. So I need 2 B's, 2 double B's, 2 double D's, and 1 double E. And now that I labeled them, the double B is the M6 50mm screw. It's a medium size. That's a double B. The double E is the lock nuts. And the double D is the, what are they called? The washers. So now that I know I need those, I'm going to take these with me. And it looks like when I'm installing them, they want me to put 2 washers and then a bolt. So I'm gonna do that first to the pieces, and then I'm just gonna install each piece as you can see there. Let me actually lay this piece down. Let's see. Oh, I see. I gotta lay this piece down. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this around, and it's really light, so I can do it with one hand. All right. Don't mind my green socks, you guys. All right, so I'm gonna lay this down like this, like so. Just like that. And then I'm gonna take B, which is this big piece over here. I wanna bring it over. And let me just get a better look at how it looks. Okay, so the open part is on the other side. So I see. Okay, so it's going to be like this. So it's going to be like this. Okay, and I'm going to attach it like that. Okay, so I'm not sure you can see that, but that's how it's going to be. And this is going to be the other sectional part, and the opening is going to be where I attach it to this piece right here. But I'm not going to do that because then it won't fit out my door. I'll do that when I stain the deck. So what I want to do is these pieces right here, there's a hole right there. Let me just zoom in real quick. And I'm doing all this with one hand, you guys. There's a hole right here. I'm going to line up each hole. So like right there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put the screws in. Pretty simple. Okay, so something important for you to know, which will help you put this together. So for each, you want to start out by taking the double B, which is a medium size bolt, and then you take one washer, which is the double D, you put it in, and you're gonna screw it in. Now, after you do that, like I screwed in this one here, then you're gonna take another washer, which is a double D, and a lock nut, which is a double E, and that's gonna go underneath. So once this part is screwed in nice and tight and it's going through to the bottom portion down here, you're gonna take your washer, place it on top of the, it's a little tricky. So I'm just gonna do it like this. I'm gonna hold this, put the washer, and then I'm gonna take my lock nut, and that's gonna get screwed underneath to keep the pieces together. So you can use your hands for this part until everything holds like that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that for each one. So there's how many holes? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. I'm gonna do that for all of them, and then I'm just gonna tighten them last, and then tighten the lock nut, which is underneath last. And that's fairly simple. So let me just say that again. You wanna install each piece like this, and then after you screw in a washer, so you wanna install each piece like this, and after you put it in, you put a washer and a lockjaw underneath. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that to each section, and I already did it right here. Guys, this is really easy to put together, just saying. All right, so now that I have all the screws in, since they have the lock nuts underneath, those actually need to be tightened with this, and it's really tricky to do it when it's lying down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move on to the next step for now, and I'm gonna attach piece D and then piece E. So these are piece D. I'm gonna attach it. Let me just move my lens back. I'm gonna attach D right here like so. And then E, it looks like E goes, let's see. So I figured it out. Once you attach D underneath the sectional that you had to put together, the piece that has the opening until we attach that part, then E is tricky because it tells you to attach it like this, but there's no apparent holes. But if you look underneath, there's holes in here. So there's a hole, let me just zoom in. There's a hole right in here, and then there's one up here. So what you have to do is you got to take the letter E one and line it up, and you're gonna pretty much screw it in like so. So that was really tricky. I couldn't find the hose. I thought maybe it belonged in the other sectional, but the other sectional already has 3 E pieces already attached. So you're gonna install E like that, going down like across, and you're gonna screw it from behind. So you're gonna screw this one in here, and this one has a hole down there. Mystery solved. So now that I tightened E, which is going down, and I installed D, let me just remove the sticker. I still have not yet tightened the, what do they call it again? I still haven't tightened the lock bolts that are underneath. So all these right here need to be tightened, but this is a better position. So what I did was I put, so I don't ruin or break the chair, I put the cushions underneath to hold it up. And now I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the lock bolts with this tool right here. It makes it easier to access because you gotta like turn it, and it's gonna be a lot of work. I think this is probably the hardest part, is just tightening things and not so much putting it or assembling the actual piece. So I installed the arm to that part of the sectional. So this one is done. Then I flipped over the other one and I installed the D bar going across. Now the last thing I need to do is install the feet at the end. Done. So of course I'm not going to attach the sectionals because I got to get them out my sliding doors, but this is the shorter L shape that's going to go attached to that longer piece right along here. I was thinking of keeping them separate, but I decided not to. So yeah, make sure when you're organizing your pillows, they do have 2 different shaped pillows. All the bottom parts are labeled K, but then these pillows here are labeled L, and the smaller pillow is labeled M. So there's 2 M pillows, this one and that one at the end, because that's going to be attached to the sectional. And it's really simple because it has the little bolt right here. And then when I do put it outside, just gonna attach it right into there. So, and the reason why I don't want to use this as a dining table is because, let me just show you. On this side of the deck, over here, this is going to be my dining area. That's going to be the grill and the serving table, and down there is going to be the sectional. And I got my foyer back. Yay! All right, so that's all for this video, you guys. I'm about to head out and get something to eat because I am starving. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful to you and that you were able to assemble your sectional. Maybe 2.5 to 3 hours, not 5 hours. It really wasn't that difficult, as long as you pay attention to the directions and you set out the screws and label everything ahead, put them in baggies. It made everything so much easier. But yeah, so that's all for today, you guys. I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat. Stay safe, stay blessed. Be on the lookout for my deck makeover when I put the sectionals out there and I make it all pretty with the lights and everything. That video should be coming next. And also I'm gonna be doing another video where I need a makeover, like really bad, as you can see. So I'm gonna do another video where I like color my hair, get eyelash extensions and my nails done, and it'll be like a quarantine makeover, much needed. So yeah, anyway, for real this time, stay safe, stay blessed, and until next time, ciao.